I very much want there to be a memorial to Hull's fishing. I grew up in Hull. It does seem to be this tremendously important part of Hull's identity. You want it to inspire, you want it to somehow change what's happening now and what's happening in the future. My father actually started his working life on the fish dock. He was a clerk in one of those little offices that were at the back of the fish market bit that were kind of up on a, looked out onto the fish dock. And I know he started there, and the owner of the company wanted him to take him into maybe partnership or something like that. But then the Second World War came along. I started my teaching career in Hull, and I started at Kingston High School, which was just up the road, Hazel Road. And a whole load of those kids were connected, their parents were connected to the fishing industry. That was in the sort of mid-70s. I suppose that's when it's starting to finish, really. This is my third big public memorial that I've done. So I'm in the public memorial game, if you like. And I think about it a lot. Because my skills tend to naturally lie in visual things, I'm actually always very surprised at the power that has, the impact that can have on people. The fact that it's a public memorial, I think you have an obligation to produce something that the bulk of people out there are going to respond to and connect to. I'm a big believer in researching a theme, so I spend a long time just reading books on it, looking at pictures of it, just any kind of grist to the mill, really, anything to do with it. In a way, the fact that it is using that same silhouette technique does mean that I come to the whole process with a lot of experience and a lot of understanding of how that technique works. In the case of the trawlermen, I think that silhouette technique is perfect for the trawlermen, because both the Bomber Command and the trawlermen have this two-directional thing where they're going out and they're coming back, or they're not coming back, which is the whole point of the memorial. So that two-sidedness is, I think, a perfect analogy for the trawlermen and works really nicely. With the trawlermen, I'm very happy to have that technique out there, and the setting is perfect for it as well. The setting is it's a big part of what you do. It's easy to think that you're in control of the piece of work, but in fact you're only part of how it ends up looking. The light affects it tremendously, and the weather conditions and everything. So the setting is vital, and that Humber setting is wonderful. There is also a great feeling of responsibility in the week, so running up to the opening ceremony. I'm getting really nervous and tense about it because it matters so much to a lot of people. Clearly people are, as I knew it would be, this is a headstone. This is a grave in that sense. The grave is the sea, but this is the representation of those guys that are no longer here. And for the widows and the children, it's a massive thing, isn't it? Part of them wants to, don't forget us. We did this, great things were done. They want their children and their grandchildren to be able to point to something and say that it is that kind of desire that this isn't the end, that there's going to be a bit of me left. And I'm humbled and flattered and amazed that this visual thing can do that it means so much to people.